Wow, big topic, guys. Let's see if I need a part two. But anyway, Rajinikanth, before we go into which music director we think he should work with next, let's go into those he has worked in past. He has literally worked with such a majority of South music composers, and of course in Hindi movies he worked with some North music directors as well. So he started his career in the late 70s. He did some Kannada films and started off with a few Tamil films in a villain role. So in those early days, late 70s, that was the period where M.S. Viswanathan was slowly going off and Ilaiyaraaja was slowly coming in. MSV did even until 1980s. He did do some work with Rajinikanth and then some films like Nenithali Inikum, right? Some famous songs from there, Engengum, Epodum, songs like that. He also did Polladavan, MSV, Nan Polladavan, right? So some MSV is there. Subsequently, of course, dominance of Ilaiyaraaja throughout the 80s and 90s. Famous films like Murattu Kalai, Poduvaga, Yam Manasu Thangam, okay, Thangamagan, right? So lots of movies with Ilaiyaraaja. So Ilaiyaraaja, we can say he's the number one in terms of volume of films, Rajini films that has been done, okay. And during this Ilaiyaraaja dominance period, there were a few other music directors who managed to squeeze in. People like Hamsalekha, who did Kodi Parakkudu in 1988. People like Chandra Bose, who worked with Rajinikanth in Manijan, some good songs there. If you should check it out. 1987. Uh, some Hindi composers he worked with in 1983 under Kanun Laxmigan Pyarilal. In 1984, Gangua, okay, not the current meme-worthy Surya's Gangua, guys. There's the OG Gangua that Rajinikanth did, which is a remake of Malayur Mamutian, which was famous in the South Tamil Nadu at the time. 1984, Bappi Lahiri scored the music for that indie film. So Ilaiyaraaja kept going on hitting sixes until 1992. So this was the era where Balachandar and Ilaiyaraaja had like a falling out, and Maniratnam and Ilaiyaraaja had like a falling out. So two big directors, and thus at that period, a divergence occurred. Balachandar was looking for new music directors, and when Balachandar produced a film Annamalai in 1992, so Deva came on board. Deva did a few films besides Annamalai, the ever popular Basha, which only the so-called stain in Basha is that parts of it have that Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger Hollywood movie soundtrack being used. So that is well, according to Deva, he says that sometimes he faces pressure from producers or directors who want him to give like similar or certain kind of music. So I leave it to the audience about whether that was a good, right or wrong decision, because wherever Basha is mentioned, the Terminator music, you can't run away from it. People who watch it in YouTube now, everywhere in the world, people are watching it, so they do comment on that. So besides Annamalai, Basha, they also did Arunachalam, so all decent hits. What is which is the music director who gave Rajini his like a key or core, or his how to say signature, right? Signature music. This is very interesting because although Ilaiyaraaja dominated and gave Rajini so many hits and he scored so many films for Rajini. Anything iconic that's specific for Rajini is a bit challenging to think of, because Ilaiyaraaja is his own persona, right? So just like film directors, some films which Rajini act, you barely can see him at all because the director dominates, right? Some certain films like Arvind Arudu, Varai, those days and so on. So film that's story driven or director's vision driven and so on, even Talapati for that matter. But some directors, they really work well supporting superstar, and they're not too much thinking about their own signature, like Suresh Krishna, K.S. Ravi Kumar and all. They bring out Rajini himself. So if you want to talk about a music director who really had in the past brought out Rajini, very interesting is Deva, because when Deva was brought in for Annamalai, there was a lot of hesitancy because Rajini himself is so used to Ilaiyaraaja and such a proven track record. So there were some how to say unrest in the industry. But Balachandran was very firm. He was really going all out, looking for people like he brought in A.R. Rahman and all these. Even the Bahubali composer, what's his name? I can't. Let me think. Yeah, we call him Maragadamani last time, even in Alagan, the Tamil film, but now we can't. He comes with a different name. And interestingly, Balachandar brought in two music directors in Tamil industry who both won Oscars. A.R. Rahman won two Oscars, and also the Maragadamani who worked in Bahubali subsequently won an Oscar in Bahubali, right? So they were the underdog, managed to give a signature Rajini, or the title card music, like hey, 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 that kind of Basha special soundtrack. All is good except for the Terminator part. But we thank Deva a lot for bringing out the superstar aura. Okay. After that, we have A.R. Rahman 1995 with Muthu. Again, nice songs, catchy commercial songs. But the signature of A.R. Rahman was somewhat more. That signature Rajini kick was not really there. Subsequently, 2005, Vidyasagar did the job adequately in Chandramukhi, a phenomenal movie, and lots of that classical Bharatanatyam tunes he gave quite well. Followed by other newcomers, opportunities, the market was getting open. 2008, Kusilan, G.V. Prakash, of all people, had done some work with Rajini, if you all believe it. 2015 or 16, I think, Kabali, Santosh Narayan, great opening music. Nerupuda, Nerungada, he played a big role in that kind of heavy metal infused music, really brought in the crowd to the theatres. Of course, Paranjit had to do his funny political, this one in the movie, and so subsequently the box office trailed off. And surprisingly, Santosh Narayan got a second chance with Rajini in Kala, but I think the second effort was much muted compared to the more awesome first attempt with Kabali. Subsequently, in 2019, Rajini's relative Anirudh, okay, he came in 2019 with Peta. And there was some controversy about the song Marnamas being one of the North Indian band songs being sort of inspired, right? But again, interestingly enough, Anirudh, although so much criticism about his so-called inspiring, that's the thing with modern creators, a lot of strong, lifted, copied, inspired, whatever name from other places. So I leave it to the audience again, it's good or bad, but at least they lift good stuff, I guess, if you want to sort of justify it. So Anirudh, despite all the controversies, gave some energetic comeback for Rajini in Peta. And then Annathe, we had D Iman, so 2000 and was it 2021, I think, but that one was so it was not Iman's best work. And for films after that, it was like sort of all out Anirudh. Anirudh also gives chance to a lot of various singers, and so he's a very open person, he's a very humble person. Only thing he need to do more work with ragas and do more original work and spend more time composing, and probably the concerts can go a bit later in life. But anyway, it's just my opinion. Even A.R. Rahman advised him to do a bit more raga based songs for Anirudh, rather than just this kind of like Insta music or just lifting off the music banks and so on. But anyway, just like Deva, the underdog did well. Anirudh also, in a sense, initially was an underdog, but the way he gave Hukum in Tiger Muthuvel Pandian's Jailer, that just cemented. So after Basha, that was the OG Rajini music. It's like an anthem for Rajini fans, and so Anirudh succeeded there. And I think after this, Anirudh will be given lots of opportunities, and I think he might be the second music director after Ilayaraja. It's impossible to beat Ilayaraja's record, but he'll be the second person to score mostly for Rajini after this. So which new music director will bring excitement for the next Rajini film? Because if we keep hearing Anirudh too many times, it might get boring. So we got who are happening right now. So we got D.V. Sri Prasad, he giving some good hits in Telugu. Vijay Anthony, we got Yuvan Shankar Raja, we got James Vasandan. But for me, I think let me see. Okay, Haris Jayaraj and Hip Hop Tamila. These two are quite interesting to me. What do you guys think? Haris Jayaraj gives some beautiful melodies, beautiful songs. It's just that somehow he never worked with Rajini. If you can find a director who can manage Haris Jayaraj's perfectionism and maybe a bit more of his mood and all that, I think a great result can come out of it. And Hip Hop Tamil also has given some good hits. Maybe Sudarsi should come back, join Rajini, Vadivelu, right? Do an all-out comedy movie that makes us laugh like hell, back in Guru Sishan in the 1980s. Put in Hip Hop Tamila, right? With Sundar Sijjar, a great combo. Maybe he can put 2 or 3 songs. Maybe Haris Jayaraj can give a melody, maybe another 2-3 songs. That combo will rock, I think. So what do you guys think? Or are there any other esoteric music directors of old or new that you think should join Rajini after this? Do share in the comment section, guys. Thank you. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.